Hey LCM community, I look a little bit rough and I hope you can forgive me because I have been going through transitions and just been on the run a lot, but I still wanted to get my video done. So hey, I show up as I am. I hope you can appreciate that. We will continue our LCM Read series today. We're on week 8. 8 is like my favorite number. So just a quick recap, we are still on the same book, 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. We have covered 7 chapters. 1, don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. 2, don't give away your power. 3, don't shy away from change. 4, don't focus on things you can't control. 5, don't worry about pleasing everyone. 6, don't fear taking calculated risks. And 7, don't dwell on the past. So we are now on chapter 8. We have a total of 13, obviously. This week's topic is all about not making the same mistake over and over again. So this is something that a lot of us do. We are repeat offenders and we make mistakes over and over again and then wonder why the outcome is different. If I quote it correctly, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're insane. So I guess we're all insane, y'all. Let's get it together, right? So these are some things that say you're a repeat offender. You often find yourself stuck at the same point when you're trying to reach a goal. You encounter obstacles. You don't invest much time looking for new ways to overcome them. You find it hard to give up your bad habits because you keep falling back on your old ways. You don't invest much time in analyzing why your attempts to reach your goals are unsuccessful. You get mad at yourself because you can't get rid of your bad habits. And sometimes you say things like, I'll never do that again, and then you do it again. These are just some things that mean you might be one of those people that keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. If that is you, this is the video for you. We do this, we make the same mistakes because it's a habit. Like, we are complacent, we get into a routine and we don't want to push out of that comfort zone, so we end up just following the same patterns over and over again. It's kind of like a comfort thing. So we start something new, we feel good about ourselves, and then we start getting comfortable and like, oh, I got it. And then we go right back to the old. So now is the time to maintain your change, okay? The problem when we repeat this over and over again is you start to, you won't reach your goals. You won't get to where you're trying to be. Then the problems that are actually happening won't get solved because there's a root of the problem that's not being addressed on why you keep making the same mistakes and you're not addressing them. So in the end, your problems won't get resolved because you're not addressing the main cause. You think differently about yourself, as in like negative, because once you keep making these same mistakes over and over, you start to feel like you're a failure. You start to really view yourself as someone that just can't do the things that you're attempting to do. Then you feel incompetent. And you may not try as hard because you already know from history that, I'm not going to get it this time. I'm not going to get it again. It's going to be the same thing again. So it's like you're just kind of in this cycle of patterns that won't allow you to progress like you want to. And then you frustrate others who are watching you do this over and over and over again. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Like, we've been to our friends about the same problem over and over again. Different names, different faces, different circumstances, but it's the same running problem. Let's fix it, guys. Let's fix it. And then you start to develop irrational beliefs to excuse your mistakes. So you start justifying this as though you have some kind of predisposition that doesn't allow you or give you the strength to overcome whatever problems it is that you're facing. So let's start working on avoiding that, okay? We have to break the cycles today. So this is how you do it. Study the mistake. What is it that you keep screwing up on? Let's figure out what is that about. Let's start analyzing that. Like, let's ask ourselves some questions. What went wrong there? What could you have done better? What can you do different next time? Think about why is the same thing coming over and over again. Think about what happened before the mistake, what happened during your mistake, and what happened after your mistake. Really analyze the whole sequence of events to figure out what is going on. What are the consequences? What is before? What is triggering you? And really figure out what it is that's causing you to continuously engage in the same mistake. Then you want to create a plan. Start manipulating things. And this goes back to my field of behavior analysis. This is exactly what I do for my job. I look at a behavior, I figure out what is the pattern there, and then I start creating a plan to manipulate things in that circumstance and seeing what is going to work and what's not going to work. It works. Trust me, I have evidence for days, baby. Establish the behavior that you're going to focus on. I'm sure there's a lot of things we can work on, but pick one that you find to be priority and pick that behavior. Pick that one behavior to work on. And then you come up with alternative behaviors that you're trying to replace that with. So if you're trying to eat better, you need to start thinking about things you can use to replace those foods with so that you're not setting yourself up for failure, right? LCM eats, baby. Identify warning signs that you're headed down the wrong path again. So you want to figure out what are your triggers, like I said earlier. You want to understand okay, this is the part where I'm headed to that. And you want to catch it, right? You want to identify it and even write it down or note it or mentally note it. I would even say go through the whole sequence again. Go through the whole mistake and really, but this time being aware of it. Okay, all right, this is what's going on. This is what I'm about to do. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I ain't there yet. But at least you're now self-aware. Self-awareness is key here. And then you're going to find a way to hold yourself accountable. Hello. LCM community is here to embrace you. I mean, you gotta take responsibility for yourself. But there are so many people out here that's willing to embrace you and hold you accountable for the change that you want to make in your life. Check us out. We got LCM Eats, LCM Run. All of these challenges that we've created at Life Changing Mission are designed to help others join in and have that community to help everyone progress. I mean, there are so many other groups too. If you don't rock with us, that's fine. Find your self-accountability. It's out there. Practice self-discipline. You know what I mean? You have to be able to get out of your comfort zone. Okay? And use positive self-talk. Really, sometimes that's all it takes for you to keep staying on that right path. Keep your goals in mind. If you need to write them on your dashboard, on your mirror, on your freaking hand, write them down and constantly read them. Put on a bracelet to remind you of something. Symbolic things. I have a lot of bracelets that I wear that remind me of things. And bracelets and necklaces. I put certain things in place. I like to keep quotes around my house to remind me of the path that I'm on. And it helps because you're manifesting that in your mind and you're putting that in the forefront of your mind. Because when you look at it and read it, it reminds you of what you're trying to do. It keeps you on your path. Put restrictions on yourself. Set up those boundaries. Whatever it is that you keep making a mistake on, set up boundaries. Whatever it takes. If you've got to put a limit on your account or tell somebody to cut your TV off at a certain time, put those limits in place so you can be more prone to success. Write things down. I said this earlier. Create a list of the reasons why you don't want to repeat your mistake. That's going to help you when you're in a moment of about to do it again. Pull that list out. Write several of them. Type it up. Print it out 5 times. Put it in your car. Put it in your room. In your nightstand. So every day you're looking at the reasons why you don't want to engage in that same mistake again and again. Okay? Learn from your mistakes because they will make you stronger. The reality is we're going to make mistakes. It is inevitable. You will make mistakes. But the beautiful thing about that is that you're going to learn more about yourself each and every time, if you choose so. Because you really have to be self-aware to have those takeaways from your mistakes. So really think about what it is that you learned from this time around. Okay, this time I tried to put this restriction in place, but that didn't really work for me. So let me try this one. So you're manipulating things. I joined this group, but yeah, I wasn't clicking with them. So let me join this other group. You know, like really trial and error it so you get to success. Because if there's a will, there's a way. Trust me. And honestly, it's as simple as that. Like when it comes to making mistakes, you just really have to set yourself up for success. That's the key. And you have to be aware. And if you have those two things, then you're in a much better position to avoid those same mistakes over and over. Now, don't get me wrong. Once you've mastered how to not do that mistake anymore, there's going to be another one and another one and another one. But that's the fun thing in life. Making mistakes is almost like a fun thing because it gives you a challenge. It gives you a challenge to figure out, okay, I made this mistake, but how can I do better? And then once you master that, ooh, there's another one. Let me do better with that. And every time that you conquer one after another, you feel more empowered and even more elevated than you were before. That's the whole goal here. So these are some things that are helpful. Acknowledge your personal responsibility for every mistake. So take accountability. Create written plans to prevent repeating that mistake. Identify your triggers and practice self-discipline. Simple as that. What you don't want to do is make excuses. We've talked about this. Respond impulsively without thinking about alternatives. And you don't want to put yourself in situations where you're likely to fall. You know yourself better than anyone else. Don't set yourself up for failure. And assume that you can always resist temptation or decide you're doomed to keep repeating your mistakes. That's all I got today, y'all. This is a shorter one. I mean, being a repeat offender sucks. Like, we get in these cycles and our friends are probably over it, and you know, honestly, like, no one else is gonna fix your issues for you. We already know that. So it's really your choice. It's your choice to sit down and really analyze what the hell is going on. This is your life. You've got to analyze what is going on and what the hell do I need to change. Excuse my language, but like, you really need to do what you got to do, because otherwise you'll just be caught up in this cycle. And 10-20 years from now, you're still going to be calling that same friend and saying, yeah, girl, I did it again. And that's not what you want. That is not what you want, I promise. So if you haven't already, take some time to analyze your mistakes. Figure out what it is you need to do. Call Life Changing Mission if you need to get, more insight. I can ask you personalized questions to get you in a right path. I can help you set your goals up. We can write your goals up. I can type it up for you and print it out for you. Whatever needs to happen, I am here for it. But you've got to want it. Yeah. I am getting ready to log off here. Got some business to handle. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Again, don't judge me. Please don't judge me, y'all. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But yes, life-changing mission, baby. More to come, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.